And it says in Mark chapter 5, verse 1, it says, "And they came over unto the other side of the sea, into the country of the Gadarenes. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains, because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broke him in pieces, neither could any man tame him." Imagine this here. We have a situation here that we have a man coming out of the tombs. It says that he had his dwelling place among the tombs. Now this was a man. This was a real man at this time, in Jesus' time. There's a man who's dwelling among the tombs. It's saying that no man could bind him, no, not with chains. Now that would basically say that this man, they're trying to get this man under control. And they couldn't even bind him with chains, and they couldn't even bind him with chains. And it says in verse 4, it's because often he had been bound with fetters and chains. And the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces. No, neither could any man tame him. So this is a man that they tried to bind him, and he would break those chains off his hands. He would break those chains off his hands. I mean, is that a human thing to do? If someone chained your hands and you broke them, that would be a human thing to do. So this was not a human thing to do. This was a man who was possessed. This was a man who was possessed with the devil. And it says in Mark 5:5, it says, "And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones." You see here, always he was in the mountains and in the tombs, and he was crying and cutting himself with stones. Now, I think this man of the Galileans here, I mean, this is a crazy man, isn't it? I mean, in our society today, are they not crazy? Do you not, I mean, how many people go downtown often? I mean, but we go downtown from time off. I mean, I've been very close to downtown. I mean, there are many crazy people downtown. There are many people who are just out of the right mind. There's a guy on my street, or I've seen him in different locations, and he will go and he will be yelling at the top of his lungs walking down the street. I mean, this is the top man. I heard him when he was getting close, and I was like, "Where is that guy? I want to be like on the other side of the street when I meet this guy, because he's like a loose cannon." This is not normal behavior. This man, one time I heard him, he was cursing God. He was cursing Jesus. I mean, because this man, I mean, something's going on. This guy, he is not in the right mind. Those people out on the street that we see, those people who are out of their mind, this is not normal. This is not what this is not what God intended for that person. We have a loving God. We have a God who gave us life. That is not at all God's will for anybody to be that out of their right mind. And I believe that the Bible talks a lot about people being possessed. The Bible talks about it all the time, yet today we don't hear anyone really talk about that. And there are people, granted, in your own country, this is called people are crazy, right? In Vietnam. You ever know anyone who's called crazy? Probably, right? Everywhere. It doesn't really matter where you go, right? I mean, there's crazy people everywhere. And this man, you look at some of the things he was doing. He's crying and he was cutting himself. I mean, he was cutting himself. This is something that some people do. There are people out there who will cut themselves. Now, is that normal behavior? It's not normal behavior. Is that? I mean, I feel bad for anybody who gets that put in their life. I mean, the worst thing you can imagine, the worst form of violence that anyone can ever take would be to take their own life. That is not ever what God intends for someone to take life. If someone has to be at a very low point to do that, someone has to be at a very hurtful point to do that. And I hear more and more of people taking their own life. My wife's, I think I talked earlier, my wife's husband had taken his own life, not her husband, but her nephew, taking his own life in the Philippines. I mean, he's 18, 19 years old. As I talked about a couple months ago, I had my uncle's nephew who took his own life at 34 years old. I had a cousin a couple years ago who took his life at 16 years old, 15 years old. This is not normal stuff. This is, cutting yourself is just kind of a step below that. This man was inflicting pain upon himself. This man was crazy. This man was out of his mind completely. Now, we look at his reaction in Mark chapter 5, verse 6. Mark chapter 5, verse 6. And it says, "But when he saw Jesus afar off," this is a crazy person. This is the person who's cutting himself. This is the person who's crying. But when he saw Jesus afar off, he ran and worshipped him. And cried with a loud voice and said, What have I to do to thee, Jesus, thou Son of the Most High God? I adjure thee by God that thou torment me not. Now this man, he's clearly not in the driver's seat. He's clearly crazy. And I believe he's clearly possessed. You can't read the Bible and say this man is not possessed. That this man does not have another spirit in him. And it is not a spirit that anybody would want to have. It's not a spirit that God intends us to have. But this man, when he sees Jesus, he knows who he is. He knows he's the Son of God. He recognizes that who he is. And he fears who he is. Because that unclean spirit, that devils have no power when it comes to God. God, Jesus, has more power than any other spirit in the whole world. He has something that can give you so much more than any wicked spirit, than any evil spirit. And he sees who he is. And he says, of course, he says to Jesus, What have I to do to thee, Jesus, thou Son of the Most High? I adjure thee by God that thou torment me not. This man has met his match. This spirit has met his match. His match is the Lord Jesus. His match is God manifest in the flesh. And he knows what God can do to him. And he does not want to be tormented. He recognizes who Jesus was. He recognizes who Jesus was. And that's something we gotta realize. When we see this, he knows who he is. He knows that Jesus has power. He knows what the real power is. Because the power out there, when you see these secret societies out there, like the Freemasons or the Illuminati, and they believe in a higher power. They know that a higher power exists, and they know that there's power in this higher power, that there's devils out there, and that these people, these Freemasons, they actually worship the devil because they know that the devil has power to provide for those people. They know that when they go out and commit acts of sodomy, and acts of fornication, and acts of adultery, that those devils will give them more power. He knows that when they're doing wicked things, when they're oppressing other people, when they're oppressing other people in other countries, and have businesses that are just not paying people the way they should pay them, and have child labor, they know that they'll get power. They know that the devil takes care of his own, and he gives them strength, and he will give them things that they want. He will give them great things they want. You sell yourself to the devil, hey, God, he'll give you the pleasure of this world. You give everything this world has to offer. He'll give you riches. It costs you the soul. It costs you the soul. Now if we take a look now at this devil, this man was not, was this man the right driver? Was this man in his right mind? To cut yourself, to be crying out in the mountains, to be in tombs. The fact that he could break chains off his hands when they tried to bind him, was this man normal? This man wasn't normal, was he? Now, if we look at the nature of some of the things here, now we look at Mark chapter 5, verse 10. Mark chapter 5, verse 10, it says, and this is a man talking to Jesus, the maniac, so to speak. The maniac over there, that's what some people call him. He's a maniac, right? On his face. And he besought him much that he would send them away out of the country. See, that's plural, send them away. We'll get into that in a moment. Now there was nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding, and all the devils besought him. Now there was multiple devils in this family. It wasn't just one man. It wasn't just one devil. It wasn't just one spirit. And the devils besought him, saying, Send us into the swine, that we may enter in them. And forthwith Jesus gave them leave. And the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine. So this man knows that Jesus can cast that demon out of him. This man is possessed. He's possessed by several spirits we see here. Since there's devils. And they don't want to be like Captain says. Let's face it, God can do anything to them. He can, if he wants, I'm sure he can send them right, he can torture them. He can send them right down to hell. You know what I mean? There's nothing he can't do. He can judge them. Jesus had the power to cast out unclean spirits. And they knew he was going to, in a sense, cast them out of this man. Jesus, you can see that Jesus wanted, Jesus was a great physician. Jesus wanted to have mercy on this man. There's a reason why this had happened. There's a reason why this event is written down in the Bible. There's many things that Jesus did, which they should be written in one. That he would not continue as wolves. But And the devils knew that. The devils knew that they were going to be cast out of that man. But it says that it says here that they besought him. So the devils besought him, saying, "Send us into the swine, that we may enter into them." So they know they're not going to have that man anymore. He said, "Hey, just send us into the swine at least. Don't punish us more than that." So he sends them into the swine. Now, look what happens when they go into the swine. It says, Mark 5:13, and it says, "And the herd," referring to the swine, "ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and there were about 2,000, and were choked in the sea. And they that fed the swine and told the city and the country, and they went out to see what it was that was done." So when they entered into those swine, when those devils entered into the swine, look at their behavior. They ran violently down into the sea. They ran to their death. I mean, the herd ran violently down onto a steep place into the sea and were choked in the sea. This is the nature of devils. This is the nature of devils. The nature of the devil, while he was in that man was possessed, was that he was cutting himself, and he was crying, and he was crazy, he was lunatic. And when that goes into the swine, hey, they do the same thing. They ran violently down to the sea. This is the nature of devil. This is the nature of evil spirits. Those people who pick up evil spirits. Maybe know that can give them power. I mean, we see a lot of things with yoga. I mean, yoga is an Eastern religion practice. And when it has to do with clearing your mind, and when you clear your mind, I mean, you're subject. If you're trying to clear your mind to the point that you're just trying to be like one with the universe or whatever, I mean, you're becoming subject to having other spirits come in. Those people who smoke dope or smoking marijuana, your mind starts to go away. Your mind starts to go away. And as you're not in the driver's seat, someone else can come into the driver's seat and take control of you. And then we see the nature of devils. We see the nature of devils. It should be clear with the nature of devil. Now, how many people see the occult source? Have you ever seen these occult source? People who go and they want to get the fortune told, or there's things like tarot cards. I mean, why do people do that? I mean, there's power there. There's power. There's power there. That person who's doing that, I mean, if they know what they're doing, they have some power. They have some things they can tell you and watch you. And they can do some things. But hey, when you have that spirit, we see what happens with the devil. We see what happened when that happened. This man, this maniac in Cadera, what happened with him? We see what happened when that devil entered into this one. I mean, they went down and choked themselves violently. Now the thing is, what's going on in our society today, I mean, it's clear, there's clearly people who are out of their mind, right? Am I wrong to say that? There are clearly people out of their mind? I mean, how many people have been to a psych ward, like a psych, what do they call those places? Or mental health. Mental health, like crazy house, right? Where they have all crazy people, like the mental health hospitals. I mean, there are people out there who are nuts. I mean, I don't want to make fun of it. It's terrible. Nobody wants to in their right mind. You don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. You don't really want to think about these things because it's not comfortable thought. But these people are crazy. Now, if you take a look, turn to Luke chapter 9, verse 37. Luke chapter 9, verse 37. It says in Luke 9:37, it says, "And it came to pass that on the next day, when they were come down from the hill, much people met him. Behold, a man of the company cried out, saying, Master, I beseech thee, look upon my son, for he is my only child. And lo, a spirit taketh him, and he suddenly cried out, and it teareth him, and he foameth again, and bruising him, hardly departed from him." Yeah, we see another instance here of a man who's possessed. We see a man who's got a son, and the spirit is tearing him, foaming at him, and this man's not under control. I think of a friend I have. I mean, you can know my friends even said there's something wrong with that child. Something's wrong with him, and I honestly believe that something is wrong. I'm not saying he's possessed, but I'm saying there is something going on there spiritually. There is a spiritual thing going on in his life. either he's oppressed or something's going on that's not good. Because it almost like he was like this man, could not control himself. But our society today will tell us that these people aren't possessed, but they'll have they have a chemical imbalance. Now, I'm not saying that, I'm not a doctor. First of all, I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying that some of this stuff might be true or right. I'm not saying, but I don't think that's the case. I don't think God would have it be that way. And these people, that's what society is, they have chemical imbalance. Now I think about myself, I grew up this world's a tough world, right? And when you're younger, it's even harder to do, especially when you're a teenager. That's probably the hardest time, early 20s. I think when I was a teenager, I was depressed a lot. I was depressed. Things weren't going well. And I know one person there comes to me like, you know what? I think you have chemical imbalance. And you need to take like Prozac or whatever. And I was like, I didn't buy that. I was like, are you serious? You want me to dope myself up with some drug? And you say you got a chemical imbalance. Hey, you just need to take drugs. You just gotta take Prozac. You just gotta take some antidepressant. But I didn't really buy that. And I didn't want to be like one of these zombies. The kids, you see a kid is hyperactive today in school, I don't know if they still do it, and they give them this thing called Ritalin. So instead of doing what the kids in the neighborhood, they just dope them up with some drug, which is just some legalized street drug, and just make him like so he's docile. So obviously if you drug someone up enough, they're going to become docile. That's what they do before someone might get surgery, right? Did you wonder? Did they give you something? Did they give you something to make you fall asleep?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, right? They dope you up, and then obviously, so you wouldn't have pain when you have the surgery. But that's what's going on a lot of things today. Now, if we take a look at this, I want to read something here that I read about. This is about a doctor. His name in his book, his name is Dr. C. Smith. He's a medical doctor, Douglas C. Smith. And he had a book that's called Why Psychiatric Drugs Are Bad. This book was kind of controversial because, believe it or not, I don't really follow things as much as I used to. But when I was like in my 20s or late teenagers, everybody was taking these drugs. I had tons of people in my family who were taking like Prozac or something like that, some type of antidepressant. And they're saying, oh yeah, chemical imbalance, you gotta take this. Now, what this man said here is this. He says that he no longer recommends psychiatric medications to anybody. This is a doctor. So this is not me talking. This is not me. I'm not a doctor, right? I'm just here preaching. But it's saying here that he no longer recommends psychiatric medication to everyone. And it says here, everyone seems to assume medications are specifically effective for various mental illnesses, which are at the least in part or chemical or in origin. I believe the science behind this is seriously flawed. It is based on false assumptions that lead to self-perpetuating mythology and huge problems for drug companies. He says, I first knew about tranquilizers and antidepressants. Then I studied psychiatric drugs. I learned that there are certain general principles that govern all psychoactive substances and biological treatments. What he's saying here that this is a big business. All these drug companies, this is a big business. It's not only that, it detracts from the real problem. It detracts from the problem and the solution to these people that they really need. It detracts from that. Now, he says here, the same doctor, Douglas C. Smith, he says, mental illnesses, even severe ones, are relational. He says, I say spiritual as well. So doctor, saying these mental illnesses, even severe ones, he says, I say the spiritual as well. Psychiatry, by focusing on almost exclusively on biology, is making itself increasingly irrelevant. He's saying that these people who are having hard times, these people who are depressed, these people who are on the street and they're having major mental problems, he's saying the psychiatry is not the answer. This is the spiritual problem these people have. Now I think have you heard of obsessive compulsive disorder? Yeah. Have me what happened and all this stuff. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I know what I was young. I had one. And how many people here like bipolar disorder? Have you ever heard that? Suddenly you get these big highs and then they get these big lows. And these are common things. I mean, everyone's probably heard about that. And now, I think about what it was talking about. I went on our website on how to deal with these types of things. And basically, it was saying that in every instance almost, it's saying that hey, these things need to be treated with antidepressants. It's always part of the treatment. I mean, they have, there's something, I mean, let's face it, there are people out there who obviously the Bible can answer all our questions, God can answer all our questions, God can answer all our questions, there's nothing that Jesus can't do, but I don't necessarily see it's necessarily someone wrong talking to someone who's got some of these problems and try to help them with it, without drugs, if somebody has the right intent. But then saying that the solution to these problems is to give people medication, to give them medication. Now, I don't think that all of that makes any sense. Now, I think I read about this drug. How many people heard of the drug lithium? Lithium, that's a pretty major drug. I think there was when I grew up, there used to be a band called Nirvana. They're really popular. And they're so popular, and it's another great example. They're so popular, the man who's the head lead singer of that song, that group, who everybody in my high school admired, he blew his own brains out. And then there's another example of spirits and what they do. I mean, this man, that is unbelievable. But he had a song called Lithium. And actually, the song sounds really kind of enticing. I mean, let's face it, worldly music, it appeals to the flesh. It appeals to our senses. I mean, the devil's doing it. He makes it sound good. But the thing is, lithium, it says here that, referring to lithium, it says lithium was first described as a psychiatric drug in 1849 by Australian psychiatrist John Cade. According to a psychiatric textbook, while conducting animal experiments, Cade had somewhat incidentally noted that lithium made the animals lethargic, thus prompting him to administer this drug to several agitated psychiatric patients. So when he gave them, he was doing some experiments on animals, the animals that had a hard time with their behavior. When he gave them lithium, they became lethargic. And basically it's talking about, that's exactly what it does. It makes people lethargic. Not only that, but it gives them, it creates a depressive state. There was a man who was talking about how he was on lithium. He used to have highs and lows. He was like one of these bipolar people. He said when he went on lithium, the highs basically went away. The highs were vanished, but the lows were still there. And he even said himself that it creates a depressive state. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to give someone who's depressed something that depresses them even further. That's the society, because the society is trying to get people away from that one thing, that one person that can save them, that one person that can change and answer any of their problems, that one person that can put somebody in their own right mind again, like Jesus did to that man who was possessed. And they don't want people to think about that, because when you have these drugs, it just makes you like worse and worse. When you're depressed, they give you a depressant to make you even more depressed. When you go many times to a doctor, they want to give you something. I'm being wrong. We're talking about this. Many of you natural remedies. That's the way to go. But then you go to the doctor and you're in pain, and they give you something that makes you even more pain. They give you drugs, they give you dope, because they want to take you away from the one thing that can change things. Now you turn to Mark chapter 5, verse 7. Mark chapter 5, verse 7. Mark 5, 7. You're still there. We're talking about the man here that was possessed. And he cried with a loud voice and said, "What have I to do with you, Jesus, thou Son of the Most High God?" It says, "I adjure thee by God that thou torment me not." And for Jesus had said unto him, "Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit." Now, you jump down to verse 15, Mark 5:15. And they came to Jesus and see him that was possessed with the devil, and the legion sitting and clothed in his right mind, and they were afraid. Why was he in his right mind? Because in verse 8 it says, Jesus said unto them, the devils, come out of the man, thou unclean spirit. And now we see people to see this man who is totally possessed, totally crazy, and he's in his right mind. Can you imagine seeing like somebody who's crazy and have somebody just command that unclean spirit to come out of them and then see that man in his right mind? That would be unbelievable. And in verse 16 it says, and they that saw it told how it befell to him that was possessed with the devil, and also concerning the swine, and began to pray him to depart out of the coasts. So here we see really the solution here. We see a solution. No man, nothing in the world has ever really taken a man possessed, a man that was out of his mind. It was Jesus who was able to drive that spirit out. It was Jesus who was able to make that mind of that man clean again. And we see that many times in the New Testament. Jesus gave his disciples, his apostles, power over unclean spirits. And when he cast those spirits out, those people were in their right mind. It is that one person that can do anything to change our life. It's Jesus that can answer all our problems. It's Jesus that can take away our infirmities. It's Jesus who is that great physician. But the world out there does not want people to know Jesus. The world out there does not want people to come to him so that they might be saved. To come to him so that they can be made that new creature. And there is an attack going on 24/7 going on with that. Now, if you turn to Mark 8:16, Mark 8:16 says, as you go there, Mark 8:16. And when the even was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils. And he cast out the spirits with his word, and healed all that were sick, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses. This was something that was prophesied by Isaiah. Himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses. Now you might say, okay, how does this relate to me? I'm not possessed with the devil. I'm not possessed. But hey, it does, right? Jesus is the great physician. If there's anything that we can take from this sermon today, Jesus is that great physician. I know in my life, I got to a point where I was really low, and I was talking about this. I kind of quit my job, and I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to write a book. I mean, that's what my flesh wanted to do. That's not what God wanted to do. That's what the part of me that wanted to get respect by society. And I was down in my last, totally down. And I knew that this book was not going to work out. And I still had money in the bank. I couldn't continue trying to write it, but I'm like, I can't go on anymore like this. And I knew I needed to get a job. I knew I needed to start working. And God just kind of brought things together. I was going to get my old job back. I didn't want to go to that old job. I mean, how many people quit a job before because they didn't like it? And imagine going back to the job. You have to told everybody about that job, I'm sure with that job. That was like me. And I was going to go back because, I went for full time to be contractor, I was like promotion. And I just kind of, I lost that dream I had to write a book. I realized, I'm not doing the right thing here. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. This is not what I'm good at. Not that I wasn't good at it, for whatever reason. That's not what happened. And I was in my worst state. Before I never wanted to ask God for help. I never wanted to ask God for help because I wanted to do it myself. I thought it was me, like a crutch. How many people here thought that Christians have a crutch? And their crutch is Jesus. And I was like, and I knew, I felt God calling me many times. I felt God saying, why are you doing this? Why aren't you doing what I want you to do? But I was in a bad state. I didn't want to go back to that old job. I didn't want to go back to that almost worse position. I already failed at something. I told people I'm going to go write a book, and I spent money on that, doing that. I was at a low. And I remember just saying, you know what? It's time to really go to Jesus. It's time to really do it. And I didn't know what else to do. And I always believed in God. And I grew up going Catholic, and I got away. And I was like, hey, I'm like, God, Jesus, please help me. I know I told this story kind of before, all of a sudden, hey, it's just like that, which I'll never leave you nor forsake me. And I felt something come over me. I felt some peace come over me that I cannot explain. I mean, it was clear that Christ was doing something in my life. It's clear that Christ was fixing all my infirmities. He was fixing all my pain. He was taking it all away. He was giving me strength. And I'm telling you, the next 6 months of my life were probably the best 6 months maybe I ever had in my life. I mean, he gave me, I felt that there was nothing. I felt that he would never leave me nor forsake me. I felt that there was nothing that I was going to go through that I could that he would not take care of. And I realized how wrong I was not to go to that, because I knew it was always there. But I wanted it to do myself. I wanted to do myself. I want to be a man. I want to do myself. I want to make my own way in this world. Finally, I hit a low, and I came to him, and he was there. And that's exactly what he could be there for anybody. He could be there for somebody who's in the right mind. He could be there for your down and out. Hey, there is nothing that a great physician, Jesus, can't do. But that is the world is happening. Because the world knows that he is the great physician. That's why the world attacks his name. That's why the world stands his name. That's why they Jesus is the greatest person in the world. Because they know he has power. And they hate him. They hate him. They hate him because they want to do things their way. They want to live life their way. And the way that they want to live is the way those spirits tell them to live. Those spirits take those people. Just like when they went in the swine and choked them down to the sea. When they were in this man, they destroyed his life. But you know, the devil is hard. He will always give you something you want. He'll give you something you want. But then it's that ship is going to sink. And it might not sink for a while. It might not sink, it might not sink for a long time. It will sink. It will sink. That sea going down that path will always take you down that way. We take a look here. If you can turn your Bibles out, turn your Bibles to turn your Bible to Luke chapter 8, verse 11. Luke chapter 8, verse 11. Luke chapter 8, verse 11. It says, "Now the parable is this: the seed is the word of God. Those by the wayside are they that hear. Then cometh the devil and taketh away the word out of their hearts, lest they should be believed and saved." Now, of course, this is talking about that seed. Some being sowed on the wayside. Some being sowed in good ground. Some being sown in, sometimes the seed is sown and it springs up and the thorns choke. But this talking about here, this is the seed by the wayside. It says, the seed that fell by the wayside are they that hear. Then cometh the devil and taketh away out of their hearts, lest they should believe and be saved. And that's what many people, they hear the gospel. Many people, when we go knocking on doors and we tell them about Christ, we tell them how to be saved. We tell them how we can forgive their sins. We tell them how they can know for sure if they're going to heaven, how they can not go to hell, how they will not be judged if they just believe on what he did, believe on the blood of Christ, and the atonement he made on the cross for our sins. And that light can click off. But, many times, the devil will take away the word out of their hearts, lest they should believe and be saved. Because immediately after they hear that word, immediately after they hear about Christ, that's when the devil really comes. Now, many people get bought this hard, but let's face it, this is the truth. Now, one of the ways, first they get it, 1 Timothy 6:20, you don't have to turn to it, it says, "O Timothy, keep that which I have committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called, which some professing of error concerning the faith, grace be with thee. Amen." So those oppositions of science, falsely so called, those oppositions when they say, "Hey, somebody, you're depressed. Somebody, you're miserable," and they'll say, "Hey, you got to have a balance. Hey, we got this pill for you. Come take Zoloft. Come take Prozac. It'll make everything better." We got lots of people who say the same thing. That's the opposition. That's like that devil when that seed is sown. And someone hears it, and then the devil, of course, the devil wants to choke that word out of it. That seed was sown. We have the society that try to attack Jesus, and one way to attack him is just to say, "You don't need it. You just need this drug. You just need this drug, and we're just going to dope you up, and everything will be okay. You don't have to need a process of feeling." Maybe, you know what? Maybe somebody who's manic depressive, maybe somebody experience that. Like that man who, the maniac, Daryl, maybe the devils, maybe the tormented him that much, so he would, whatever be in his right mind, just enough that he would be close to Jesus. And Jesus revealed and lost that thing up. The world does not want you to process your emotions. The world just wants to give you some drugs, and that's why everyone's going out and getting drunk and hammered on a Friday night or Saturday. They just don't want to process their feelings. They want to get away from one thing that will deliver them from all that. The one thing, be not drunk with wine or success, but be filled with the Spirit. And there's no better spirit in the whole world than the Holy Spirit. It's better than any spirit of alcohol. It's better than any drug. It's the peace that gives us a peace that passes all understanding. It is therefore being justified by faith. We have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ. Hey, He'll never leave us nor forsake us. All that the Father gives to me shall come to me, and Him that cometh to me, I will in no wise cast out. When we go to God, He will never cast us out. And when we meet with my father, my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Maybe there's somebody out there that doesn't have mom and dad. Christ will be their father. Christ will be their dad. Will be better than any dad. Any better than any father, because our parents, this world will let us down. But Christ, God will never let us down. Christ, God will never. There's nothing He could never do to fix our life. But the world does not want to allow us to get to that, and that's why there's an attack on Jesus. That's why His name is hated. Now it says Job. If you turn your Bibles to Mark chapter 5:15. Mark chapter 5:15. It says, and they came to Jesus and see him that was possessed with the devil, and had the legion sitting and clothed in his right mind, and they were afraid. This is the reaction of people when they see that man who was possessed with the devil, and then all of a sudden this man was cutting himself and crying and whatever, screaming and yelling and breaking chains off him, someone who's just totally out of his mind, and they see him in his right mind, and it says they were afraid. The people were afraid when they saw that guy in his right mind. I mean, something happened that was unbelievable. This was not a normal thing. This was spiritual. There was something, this is beyond our five senses. This is something beyond what we taste, smell, and touch. Jesus did something spiritual there. And they were afraid when they saw that. You think they would have been joy. And they were like, wow. I mean, they wondered, amazing. They were afraid. And they saw it, told how it befell to him who was possessed with the devil, and also concerning the swine. Verse 17 says, and they began to pray him to depart out of their coasts. They want Jesus. They were afraid when they saw what he did to the devil. They were afraid of what he did. And they asked him, they wanted him, they besought him to depart out of their coasts. And that's the same thing as this world. You'll hear about Christians. You'll hear about how people got saved, what it did to their life, how it changed their life, how they went, how everything changed when they got saved, how we became born again, how everything changed our life. And people don't want to recognize that. They're afraid that they get that crazy Christian away from me. I don't understand. Get out of my coast. Many times we're knocking on doors. I think when we're when building, and I mean, they were like just out. Hey, I'm going to call the superintendent. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. I mean, just say, get out of our coast. We don't want to know you. We don't want Jesus. We want the misery. We want the darkness. We want the blackness. We want the knowing that we're going to go to hell. And there's nothing we can do about it. We want to be there. We don't want your life. Hey, that's what they're saying. We don't want that. We don't want to let the light of the gospel. Now, that is the world that we live in. That is the world that we live in. This world, it's got that attack. There's that attack on Christ. Now, also, if you turn your Bible to, anyway, I'll just kind of put it off for you guys. Remember that when Jesus was casting out devils, he said, this man cast out devils by the spirit of Beelzebub, the prince of devils. Jesus was casting out devils in the Bible. And the Jewish people are saying, the scribes, Sadducees, they're saying, you're doing it. You're casting out devils by the prince of devils, Beelzebub. They're saying that he had,
he had an unclean spirit. That Jesus was doing something that was kind of like, whacked out. And that's another thing. That they'll do anything to attack Christ. They'll do anything to attack his name. They'll do anything they can to try to get people not to come to Christ. At the end of the day, when we think about what Jesus did, we think about what Jesus did to this man who was crazy. And you might think, well, why did God allow that? Why did God allow some person to lose their mind? What kind of God is that? Many people say that. What kind of God is it that allows wars to go on? What kind of God is it? Now tell us about it. Now, imagine if you go to Mark chapter 5, verse 9, Matthew 5, verse 19. It says here, Matthew 5, verse 19, it says, "Howbeit Jesus suffered and not, but saved unto you. Go to that prince, and tell him how great things the Lord hath done for thee, and hath had compassion on thee. And he departed and began to publish in Decapolis how great things Jesus had done for him, and all men did marvel." Now, of course, God allows people free will. Does God not give us a choice in what we do and how we live? When you woke up today, there's certain things you decided to do. Your life, many of us have many years ahead. Maybe some have a few, we don't know. But we have a choice. God gives us free will. It's the greatest gift that we ever have, was free will, to choose to do certain things. Some people will choose to do evil. Some people will choose to be good. But the bottom line is, if you want free will, and the only thing that makes us a living soul and a spirit is the fact that we can decide what we do. That is our independence. That is something that God has given us, and people will either do good or do bad with it. Now, when we think about all these things that God allows to go wrong, God allows the devil to do certain things. God allowed the devil to punish Job. But when we see here, when Jesus cures that maniac there, when he cured him, when he put him in his right mind, that man just wanted to be with Jesus. He wanted to be with him. Imagine what he did to his life. He gave him life again. But Jesus says, I can't be with you, basically. He says, go tell other people how great things the Lord had done for thee, and have that compassion on them. And that's what God wants to do. He might bring us through some tough times. He might bring us through some horrible things in our life. But when he comes to us, when he saves us, he totally changes our life. He knows he puts in our heart and knows that we're going to heaven when we die, because he died for our sins. And when we're saved, we believe that his blood that he shed on the cross is a payment for all of our sins. It shakes away everything, every bad thing we ever went through, every horrible thing we ever went through. It heals that. It takes that, because we know where we're going. We know that there was a God, Christ Jesus, God manifested in the flesh of God, when he came and died on the cross for our sins. He was tempted at all points as we. He came down and experienced the same pain, and was tortured, and put on the cross, and died for our sins. It was the only way to save us. That was God, who not only let us touch pain, not only let us experience the hard things in his life, as a man, and suffered and bled and died and was crucified and was whipped and was beaten and was scored and was mocked. And he did that to pay for the sins of the whole world. And what this man says, when God gives all the glory, when he take that man out and says, go tell that man by friends great things God has done. That's what we ought to do. We want to go tell other people what great things Christ has done. We ought to tell other people how Christ has changed all of life. Not only to save us from hell, not only to save us, but he gave us, made us a new creature. He made us that. And that is the greatest joy of the world. And that's what we ought to do. And God can take any situation, any bad situation, and heal it and make it better. Jesus is the great physician. There is nothing that he is not capable of doing. Let's pray. Dear Lord Jesus, God, I thank you so much.